250, say the keyword Pure Talk, pound 250, keyword Pure Talk from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Podcasts.
A plane has crashed in the Philippines.
The U.S. military-contracted light aircraft came down in a rice field in the southern Philippines. The bodies of all 4 people who were on board have been removed from the wreckage in Maguindanao del Sur province. We don't yet know the identities or roles of the victims, but a local safety officer said they appeared to be foreign nationals.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The Senate Judiciary Committee plans a key vote today on Kash Patel, the FBI director nominee who Democrats oppose. But if all Republicans vote yes, they'll advance Patel to the full Senate for a confirmation vote at a later time. Tonight, Russ Vogt could get final Senate approval to lead the Office of Management and Budget. Democrats oppose him, too. This is the day after Scott Turner was confirmed as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, and Pam Bondi was sworn in as Attorney General.
I will fight violent crime throughout this country and throughout this world and make America safe again.
Memos issued on Attorney General Bondi's first day in office, shared with Fox News Digital, include directing the DOJ to pause all federal funding for sanctuary cities, to closely work with the Department of Homeland Security to completely eliminate the threats of cartels and transnational criminal organizations, to end the moratorium on federal executions requiring prosecutors to seek the death penalty when appropriate, and to establish a weaponization working group to flag what's described as politicized justice, including looking into prosecutions against President Trump. Bondi, who is confirmed by the Senate for her political ties to the president and refusal to rule out investigations into his critics. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
We got an update on unemployment this morning, showing a rise in first-time jobless claims last week, up to 219,000. The number of Americans continuing to collect benefits spiked up by 36,000 to 1.88 million. Tomorrow, we'll get the monthly hiring numbers and the new unemployment rate for January. On Wall Street, stock futures rising modestly before the opening bell this hour. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Lawrence County depends on WDXE News, on the air since 1951. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3, WDXE.
That's us, WDXE. It's time for the Quik Mart Hour. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it without Keith today.
That's right. We can do this.
Yeah, we can do it. We got Kevin in the house. Daniel's over there being quiet, but
he said he's got it.
We'll drag him in sooner or later, maybe.
Kicking and screaming, we're going to drag him in.
Yeah, but it is the Quik Mart. I was at Quik Mart yesterday, twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
So nice, you done it twice.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because you can get them coming and going.
There you go.
You know.
Yep.
Sure enough, and I used my fuel rewards.
Yes.
And saved a lot of money on a full tank of gas.
Have you tried the online ordering yet?
I haven't tried the online.
I keep forgetting about it.
I do too. Quik Mart Convenience Store is bringing you this hour of fun and entertainment and ad-libbing. That was my word of the day today.
Oh, was it?
Ad-lib.
Ad-lib.
I said we do that every day.
All day long.
All day. All day long. All day long. Listen, there's always great snacks, refreshment, fresh food prepared right there at Quik Mart. All kinds of good stuff to eat. Anytime you want to stop there, 24/7. How about that? On most stores. Most of their stores are open 24/7.
Yeah, they are open 24/7.
And of course, they've got great fuel there and the fuel rewards deal. So get in on it. If you haven't signed up for that, I don't know why you wouldn't.
I don't. Yeah,
I save 10%. I mean 10 cents at least.
Yeah.
At least every time that I get gas.
And every once in a while I'll get enough. I'll do get the 15 cents, and I can't stand it. I have to use it.
You have to use it. Yeah. And anytime you can save money, that's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a good thing. And, of course, several, I forget how many locations, but we got lots of locations.
39, is that right?
Is that what it is? 39
Something
locations.
like that. And don't start asking me about these store numbers and stuff like he does.
And if you run into Keith Durham at one of those stores.
Right.
And say hey to Goob.
Tell your mom and them said hey. Goober says hey.
Says Goober says hey. You get a cup of coffee if you want it, or a fountain drink or something like that.
Yeah.
And on him.
On him.
How about that? Of course, we are going to be ad-libbing. We don't know. And by the way, the weigh-in thing, we can't do the weigh-in because he's not here with the scales.
That's right. You got the scales.
And I am so glad.
Oh, did you have a bad week?
I didn't have a good week.
Oh.
Yeah,
well.
I didn't. Of course, I'm weighing at home, and I know what I am,
Right.
so I didn't make the goal.
Oh.
So, where were we? Where did we leave off?
Well, let's see here.
Where did you're keeping up with it?
I'm keeping notes on that, and I didn't even weigh myself. I knew. I ate a little bad. I ate a bunch of candy and stuff this week.
Oh,
because
that
I
ain't good.
You know, I ain't got to weigh in this week, so because I knew he wasn't going to be here.
Oh, see, we cheated.
Let's see here. You was at 315.8.
Yep. I haven't lost any.
Oh, you stayed even.
So I'm gonna leave my goal as what did I set the goal as?
Well, you had it at 315, and you didn't set a new one.
I didn't set a new one.
No.
All right, I'm gonna leave it at 315.
You'll reach that goal then.
Reach that goal.
That's right. Because I went up, so I'm
No, I'm gonna try to get below that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it won't be much below that because I haven't lost any. But I'm gonna work.
Have you hit like a plateau? Or
Yeah,
you
it
don't?
seems like I'm sitting still at the moment, but it'll kick in again. So anyway, I'm gonna see if I'll do. Let's see if I can get to 3. Put this down. Let's say 313.
313 now. Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get to that.
All right.
By next Thursday.
Whew. I was over, so I'm gonna leave mine at 255.
Okay.
Because I went up. I went 257, and I probably went up again this week. Like I said, I thought, well,
I tried to be realistic.
yeah, that too. Yeah, I thought, well, I'm gonna eat some this week, so then I didn't do good.
Shrimp am good, aren't they?
Oh man, yes.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Deal. While I'm giving a plug, I'll give a plug to my buddy Arturo at El Azteca.
He hooks you up, don't he?
He hooks me up. I had yesterday evening. I had to take Dan to a meeting, and I was in town by myself. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go by there. And I had their shrimp cocktail, the Mexican shrimp cocktail. You ever had that?
I have not had. I've had shrimp cocktail, but I've never had Mexican shrimp cocktail.
Well,
what's the difference?
Well, it's in a big glass bowl like thing, or big old glass mug, I guess what you would call it, and it's filled with like chunk salsa.
Yeah.
With chunks of avocado and onion and tomato and all that, and it's got a little bit of sweet to it, and it's stuffed full of boiled shrimp. It's already peeled and deveined, and all you just eat it.
Oh man.
And
that
it is
pretty
fine.
Good.
I think it's fine. I like it. I get it.
It's got everything in it I like: shrimp and avocados and
yeah. If you like boiled shrimp, you'd probably like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
I can tear up some boiled shrimp now. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But you, Daniel, you like shrimp?
I wasn't paying attention.
He does like shrimp. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's eaten some shrimp. You know what the number one food for kids is? I think. Well, there's two of them.
Well.
There's two things that kids will eat. I don't care. They'll eat one of these two or both of them.
One of them's a grilled cheese, I bet.
Well, no, that's what I'm thinking, and that they would, but
yeah,
chicken tenders and pizza.
Well, yeah, now you're right.
Chicken nuggets and pizza.
Chicken nuggets, or chicken. Either way, but if you have those two things, you can feed kids for days.
Yeah, well, it's true. Yeah.
And I like pizza.
I eat a chicken nugget.
And I'm not too big on the chicken nuggets, but now good chicken tender I like. Mm-hmm. The chicken nuggets are too processed for me. It's like, I don't know.
You're thinking too much about it. Just eat the chicken. See. Don't think about where chicken nugget come from. See.
You put a bunch of sauce on it, and then you're good.
That's right.
What difference does it make what you're eating? If you got enough.
What do you like to dip your chicken strips in?
If you got enough sauce, it don't make a difference.
Well, that's true. I found a DQ down here. You get your chicken strips with gravy. Yeah. Man, that's good. I like it, gravy. That's a fat boy's friend right there.
Well, down at the Square 40, I used to get their chicken strips and gravy. That is good. Gravy is good on fried chicken. Period.
Yeah.
I mean that's a fat boy.
I'm sure you're gonna say gravy was good on everything.
Well, it is.
Well, yeah, it can be. Yeah.
By the way, we don't since we're absent Keith today, we don't mind having all the phone calls we can take.
That's right.
766-9393. It is the Quik Mart Hour here, and of course we're live on WDXE and WDXE Facebook and YouTube. And of course,
live and nationwide.
And I don't know where Keith said he was going to be. He was
managers meeting. He was talking about the managers get together that they have.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he's at.
All right. Let's see who wants to talk to us. Hey, good morning. How are you?
You taking qualifiers?
Well, you know what? Keith is not here to do the $25 giveaway, but I don't think he'd mind us doing it.
Yeah,
okay.
we can do it.
I wouldn't mind it either.
You wouldn't mind it either?
No.
I don't think he'd mind us doing it. But now, I'll tell you what, you may have to wait a day or two to get the card here because it ain't going to be here today.
Oh, that'd be fine.
All right. So let's go. All right, you help me write these down.
All right, I got you.
All right, right. So who do you want to be? You want to be our first qualifier?
Can you put Gene Smith?
Gene Smith.
Could you put another one?
Oh, that wouldn't be fair to the others.
Because we only got 6.
we only get 6 of them. So let's do that. So Gene Smith's number 1. All right, let's do another one. And good morning. How are you?
Oh.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm live and kicking. Put me down for number 2, Jim.
All right, and tell us your name right quick.
Randy Weeks.
Oh, Randy. Hey, Randy.
Headed up to get a biscuit.
Randy Weeks. Well, listen, don't eat all the biscuits and save some gravy for us.
Hey, no problem.
All right, buddy.
Y'all have a good one, brother.
See you, man. And good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fine. How are you?
Doing good. What name we're going to put on here?
Sue Locke.
Sue, I thought that was you. Sue Locke. We got you. All right.
All right, thank
All right,
you.
we need 3 more, and we'll do a giveaway after a while. I don't know, and we'll just surprise. You know what we should do since he ain't here?
What?
We ought to increase it to like. Ed, good morning. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. Vicki Garner.
Vicki Garner. All right, we got you, Vicki.
Okay, thanks.
Let's do another one. Good morning. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good.
Lenny Hall.
Lenny Hall.
Thank you.
Hall is qualified. Now we need 1 more, right?
One more.
1 more qualifier, 766-9393, and you'll have a chance to win a $25 gift card to Quik Mart, which is not here today.
No.
It'll be here maybe tomorrow, something like. We'll let Keith know he's got to deliver one, okay?
No, you got a job to do.
All right, let's get 1 more. Good morning. How are you? Good morning.
Hello?
Yes. Is this Linda?
Purcell.
Linda Purcell. Linda Purcell. Y'all doing good?
Well, I got strep throat right now.
Oh, my goodness. Man, there's a lot of sickness going around right now. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, hon.
Thank
We
you.
got our 6 qualifiers. You know, I thought I heard that yesterday or day before that Giles County Schools closed for the rest of the week because of sickness.
Well, I don't doubt it.
Now, I may be wrong about that, but I heard that.
There's a lot of sickness out there.
Yeah, I heard that they did. I know who this is. What do you want to be number 7?
I am lucky 7.
Yeah.
Lucky 7.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky number 7.
Listen, we'll put Dennis Tipper down as number 7. I got a feeling you ain't going to win, buddy.
You want me to just go by and pick up the gift certificate? I just go by there and get cash.
There you go. Tell him Keith sent you.
Go by there and get cash. That's right.
I would have been a little quicker, but I had trouble getting up the pole to get to the pole. I kept sliding down.
Oh, my gosh. What you got going on in your world day, buddy?
Well, I'm taking care of my wife. She had a hip replaced yesterday, and
Oh,
so
my.
I'm her caregiver.
Well,
And I'm taking care of her today.
Well, is she doing good? Everything go good?
She's doing well. We
All
brought her home, and she's doing good.
All right. Well, you didn't make her get up and cook breakfast, did you?
No, I actually did that.
All right. Good for you.
Man.
Good for you. Well, you tell her we wish her the best, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
ya.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Deborah Green.
Well, hon, we got all our qualifiers already, but we appreciate you
Okay.
playing, okay?
Okay,
Thank you now. All right. There we go. So, all right. That happens fast when we do that.
I'm telling you.
It happens fast. Well, we appreciate the folks that listen in and want to play with us.
Oh, yeah. We'll try to do a little trivia, maybe with Huntley when he gets in here.
Yeah, Huntley will be in
shows
here.
up.
Huntley will be in a little bit. Man, there's a lot of news going on.
Yes.
And I was trying to find, has anybody read this thing about the arrests that were made? And I don't know if it's true or not true. I honestly don't.
You were telling about that off air.
But on Facebook, there's been bouncing around this story that supposedly is out of Tullahoma, where they made some kind of arrest of it said a werewolf and a vampire farm. And I'm trying to figure out if it's and there were some comments that made me think that this was all satire, this was all made up. But here it is right here. I found it.
Right.
I was trying to find it. Tullahoma TN government. See what that says? Okay. It says, for immediate release, February 5th.
Yeah.
Tullahoma TN government werewolf compound raided. Local, state, and federal law enforcement raid a werewolf farm and arrest 2 people.
All right. Is it illegal to be a werewolf? What would they be raiding the farm?
Well, here's 1 count of human trafficking, possession of illegal substances, manufacturing of illegals. There was a bunch of stuff going on here.
Okay.
Human entrapment, cruelty to humans. They list a whole bunch of things here. And they've got a photograph of a ridiculous-looking couple. And they got a photograph of some squad cars in a wooded-looking area on a dirt road. And then it says it's actually posted on the Tullahoma government page. So I don't know if it's but there were some comments made that made me think that this was all made up. So I don't know. I have no idea.
A werewolf farm.
A werewolf farm.
Well, I like it. That's pretty good. I wonder how hard it is to raise it.
And they got a name. Fellow
Does a werewolf
last
eat a
name
A what?
They have a name of the person that says was arrested. 49-year-old guy, and then evidently his lady friend.
Was she the vampire, or was he the vampire?
Well, they're a pitiful-looking vampire.
Well, one of them had to be named Dracula, right?
Anyway, I wonder if anybody knows anything in particular about that.
Well, this past weekend was Groundhog's Day on Sunday, right?
Yes, it was.
And he seen his shadow. So
he did.
The groundhog says we're going to have six more weeks of winter. All right, we evidently put it off 2 weeks around here. We a little bit slower down south, apparently. Unless you go by the possum. Now, the possum. Sand Mountain Sam, which down around Boaz, Sand Mountain area, there is a possum. They have possum day instead of Groundhog Day.
Right.
And he has predicted we're going to have an early spring. So
he did?
Yeah. He's a lot closer to us.
Well, I would say he's right at this point.
Yeah, so far. And excuse me, he's been doing this since '93. He has a 31-1 record. He's only been wrong 1 time.
Oh, really?
So I'm going with the possum.
Well, he is an intelligent little possum.
Yeah. But his name is Sand Mountain Sam.
I like that. Sand Mountain. Somebody told me that possums eat ticks.
What I read, possums are you're not supposed to kill them because they'll eat ticks and a lot of your bugs and stuff. And they're even though they look pretty rough looking, they're better. They're definitely better than having armadillos around.
It's a huge. They're a huge rat.
Well, they kind of
resemble a rat.
Anyway. And my mom lived over here in town, and I come to her house one night, and I was walking up on her back porch, and she fed her cats outside. And I said, that's one of the fattest cats I ever got. He turned around and hissed at me. It was a possum. That's the fattest possum. Apparently, he was going around all them neighborhood houses and eating cat food.
There's a difference in a city possum and an old country possum.
Yeah. Well, because that he didn't.
The city possum's got plenty to eat, evidently. They go around.
Yeah. He said he liked gravy on his cat food, too.
Possum gravy.
I've never tried possum. Have you?
No.
I've had goat.
And
stuff like that.
Barbecued goat.
Yeah.
Goat stew.
Got tricked into a mountain oyster one time.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, was it good?
It was actually good.
Well, there's a lot of people really like those.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You couldn't have told me what it was and I'd ate it. They just said, here, try this.
Yeah.
And I did.
Well, Like I said, if you put enough sauce on it, you can eat a piece of leather, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Enough gravy on it.
Do you like, a lot of people don't, do you like chocolate gravy and biscuits?
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, I could tell by looking.
Yeah, that's right. There ain't much I'm gonna call. Look at me, man. I can tell by looking
that you might. I'm like, who would not like? Who would not?
I've ran into some people over time that does not like chocolate gravy.
Well, they just hadn't had mine.
And well, it may be true. Do you make the thicker gravy or the thinner gravy?
I make chocolate syrup.
Syrup, yeah, the thinner. Yeah, so that's what my mom did.
Yeah, I like the chocolate. My grandmother did. She made a hot chocolate syrup. Really, it was a little. She didn't put any flour in it.
Right.
You know, it was. But she would thicken it a certain way. If you cook it the right way, it'll get somewhat thick.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have any flour in it. There's flour in the biscuits. You don't need that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Gotta have a lot of butter. Mm.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
You put it on your eggs too?
It gets on them.
No, I mean,
I don't purposely put it on there. But.
I was my first met my wife. We was eating breakfast. They invited me over to breakfast. I was over here, and I'm sitting there, and they got chocolate. Oh man, I got chocolate gravy. That's great. And I put it on my biscuit, put it on my eggs, and they looked at me like I was crazy. They said, I can't believe you put that on your eggs. I said, I can't believe you don't put it on your eggs. It goes on everything.
When I was a kid, I used to put jelly in my eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like a little grape jelly in your eggs.
Yeah, we used to put the jelly in your eggs and crumble your biscuit up, mix it all. It looks horrible, but man, it's good. It does. It looks rough.
I could eat breakfast anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Just anytime.
Do you do breakfast for supper sometimes?
Sometimes. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man,
I think a lot of people do, especially around here. You know.
And it's quick. It's easy, and it's
good.
Good. It's good. All good.
Now, are you a homemade biscuit man, or can you tolerate any other kind of biscuits?
Oh yeah. I'm any kind of biscuit. I'm not. It don't have to be.
You don't
have to be choked out cat head biscuit or nothing.
You know. There's people that can make a really good homemade biscuits, and there's people that can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Of course, everybody's grandmother, you know, they'll say, well, my grandmother could make great biscuits, this, that, and the other. And mine could, of course. But my mother's brother, my Uncle Danny, years ago, he can make the best biscuits. I've tried it, and I can't, they don't come out good for me. And I've even, because I've decided to a time or two in my life, and we'll look it up, you know, and even do a little research and read up on how you really make a good biscuit, and mine never come out any count.
And the weather has something to do with it too. Sometimes
does it really?
Yeah, the humidity and stuff. You know,
we can't control that.
Well, I know that, but I mean, that's what I'm told. You know, if the biscuit's a little flat or whatever, well, you know, it was the weather this morning. It wouldn't come out as fluffy as it's supposed to.
And of course, Jerry Clower would describe, you know, how his mama made those cat head biscuits.
Right.
She didn't roll them out. She choked them out. Choked them off.
Biscuit out. Sopping up the plates. They had to nail the plates to the table. It's a sopping them plates so hard.
And the one piece of fried chicken that's left, the one piece. Oh my gosh. Well, let's talk to Peggy. See what she's got on her mind this morning. Hey, man, how are you?
I actually wrote my brother an email this morning, and this week, and he wrote me back. Wouldn't you love to have one of Mother's biscuits slathered with butter and their homemade pear preserves?
Oh, pear preserves, yeah.
But if this town had a place that sold waffles, if they make them right, they're good. I used to make homemade waffles and even made my syrup.
Oh man!
And I made it real thick. I didn't make it this runny stuff.
Yeah.
But I would fold the egg whites in. You take the egg whites separate and put the yellows in, and you fix your battery, and then you beat those egg whites really stiff and fold them in.
Oh. And
you talk about a crisp, good waffle.
Oh boy.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion, it was better than waffle.
Well,
for my
listen,
family.
I don't believe her. She's going to have to come
y'all, and y'all can laugh and talk about it.
Well, listen, I got to tell you something before you go.
What?
You can't prove it by us until we try them.
Well, I don't have a waffle iron anymore.
Oh.
And, but I think if a restaurant here offered waffles, I think that they might have pick up on their. But one of the things I used to tell my students, if you want a fish, you go where the fish are.
That's right.
If you want a job, you go where the jobs are.
Yeah.
If you want a man, you go where the men are. They thought that was funny because I was so much older than them. But if you want to lose weight, you go where people you taught, wisdom. You find people who have had a weight problem and lost and keep it off. The people who've never had a weight problem may not be a good influence, and those that lost it but then gained it back. Does that make sense?
That's a good idea.
But that's okay. And also, portion size may be an issue.
Oh, it is.
Because I just get that place that the place you're representing today. I just go in there and get one chicken tender and a roll.
Yeah.
But I use it as a snack. It's not a meal.
Yeah.
And it's just enough to satisfy me. But I could easily eat 3 to 6 of them. They're wonderful.
All right. Thank you. Very good. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. A lot of there is nobody here that does waffles anymore.
Not anymore that I know of. I don't know of a place you can get a waffle here. Maybe that'll change soon. We'll see. We'll see one of these days. They used to have the old waffle iron. You remember the waffle iron?
That was the last place I was thinking of.
The old waffle iron.
That done waffles.
You couldn't have the name waffle iron and not serve waffles.
Right? Yeah, you gotta have waffles. I mean.
Oh my gosh! Well, what else can we talk? You said you had some Super Bowl trivia.
Yeah.
We might want to get to that. I don't know if John's going to make it in or not. You heard from him?
I have not. I texted him, told him come on back.
I hadn't heard from him.
I haven't
We'll wait on him a little bit. It's just 8:30.
Yeah.
It's 8:30, and again, I want to remind everybody that this hour is brought to you by our friends at Quik Mart, the Quik Mart convenience stores, with 39 locations scattered around our area. And they're convenient. That's what they are. And you can jump in and jump out. It's like Hank Williams Jr.'s hot tub. You can jump in and you can jump out. Of the Quik Mart stores. Be sure to fuel up with that good Shell gasoline, and of course take advantage of the fuel rewards program. If you hadn't done that, I would advise.
And it's easy to sign up. I even done it. So
and they've got those snack counters now. They've got their commissary where they're bringing in fresh snacks for you too.
Hey.
all kinds of goodies. So there you go.
That Snickers brownie, I'm telling you,
plenty to drink. Well, have you been keeping up with this USAID thing that's made all over the news? They've got Elon Musk and Ramaswamy, that's the Doge.
The Doge.
And they're diving into government wasteful spending.
I'm sure they're finding a lot.
Well, we've always known that government waste and spend. And I heard somebody say this morning, and I don't know if I'll go into a lot of the detail. I've got a list of things here that are just shocking, really. And, of course, it's been all over the news. But we've always known that our government spends too much money. There's John.
All right.
We've always known that our government spends crazy money on stuff sometimes. It just happens.
Spending money and you walk in.
Speaking about spending money.
Come see me.
Come see you. That's right. Have you? By the way, John, me and I hadn't talked guitars in a while. Have you found any good ones lately?
I bought a '63 Gibson Classical.
Ooh.
About 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Really nice. Really nice.
You still have it?
I do.
Classical. I want to look at it. Yeah, I want to look at it. I'm a fan of the class. That's the nylon string.
Yep.
I'm a fan of that. I just bought a Takamami.
Really?
Not long ago.
I've made a big mistake. The great guitars, but I've made a mistake one time. I traded a Gibson Dove for a Takamine.
That was a mistake.
Yeah. And the guy that I traded with was a guitar dealer, and he still got it. That's been almost 40 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you made a mistake.
He's seen him coming.
He's seen me coming. But they're great guitars.
They are great guitars. I bought a Takamami. I've got two now, but I've got one of the original, the early, lawsuit guitars.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nice.
Yeah.
It is a nice guitar.
They made it look, it kind of copied somebody there.
Oh, yeah, they did.
A little too closely, apparently.
A little too closely,
Yeah.
That's right. But anyway, I was talking about government wasteful spending.
Yes.
A little bit. And I don't get too much in it, but I did hear one guy say this. We all know, and we've always known, that the government spends too much money. He says, we don't have a revenue problem. We have a spending problem.
Yeah.
The money takes the government takes in a lot of money. It's just the fact that we overspend and have been for decades.
Yeah.
And it's not just one party. I'm not.
No.
It's not. I'm telling you.
Well, and it's set up to where if you're doing something for the government and you don't spend your budget, they'll cut your budget back. So they always spend so they can get more the next year.
Yeah,
even if you need it or not. So.
And what they call cutting the budget has never been cutting the budget. No. And you hear them say we're going to cut the budget. They don't. What they do is they cut the amount they plan to spend, which was above what they spent last year, and they call that cutting the budget. It's never been cut. Let's see what Nolan's into down here. Hey, good morning. How are you, buddy?
I figured out who's going to win the Super Bowl.
You figured out who's going to win the Super Bowl. Who's that?
The one that plays the better super game and winds up with the most points, and they at the super shell station.
I thank you.
Who'll win it.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Thank you, man.
Just eat more possum.
That's Nolan from down in St. Joe.
Eat more possum.
Eat more possum.
There you go.
You know, that's...
But enough gravy on it, huh?
You know, the Super Bowl commercials always make a big deal.
Yeah.
Did I hear right that that it was what? Am I right in saying it was $80 million for a commercial?
No kidding. I always thought it was. I knew it was high. I didn't know how high.
I don't know.
Is it $80 million or $8? I can't remember. If it was $80 million or $8 million. $8 million sounds more reasonable.
I'll not be doing one. I know that.
You ain't gonna do one for your guitar business.
No.
I can't remember. Did you know?
I've got it in. I read it last night going through all this information. There's a bunch of information on Super Bowl. There's 58 of them. $7 million is what they're saying for a 30-second spot. Now this is an old report, so it may be $8 million now.
I think $7 or $8 million for a 30-second spot.
This is Wikipedia, so it may be a little old.
So I'll pool our money and do one 30-second commercial.
Well, I want to give you a little, while we're talking about spending money, I'll give you a few of these things that were on the list that USAID was spending money on and has spent money on. $20 million for a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. Okay?
I can see where you need
$4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan, I guess, where that is. We're doing it in these other countries over here. $1.5 million.
See, that's just
for
that's
art.
That's paying off something.
$1.5 million for art for inclusion of people of disabilities. $2 million. No, I'm not even going to read that one. Sorry, but it has to do with. Never mind.
Just skip out.
Let's see. $2.1 million to help the BBC. That's the British broadcast system. Broadcasting.
Why would we
the
be
BBC value the diversity of Libyan society. Now, what the heck? I mean, they're just making stuff up. It seems like. Here's one, $25 million for promotion of green transportation in Georgia. Not our state, Georgia, the country, Georgia.
So our government's giving these governments that money to make them...
to make them to drive green. And all they did was buy a billboard that says drive green.
They're not buying
for
green
$25 million.
They're not buying green cars, colored cars.
No,
or green colored.
I got a green.
No, they're just putting up billboards. They're just putting up billboards telling you ought to.
You are driving green.
I got a green Jeep.
You're driving green.
They did send me $2,500. I'll coast. I'll coast all I can.
Gosh, there's just a list that's just crazy. So anyway, and of course, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the kind of money that our government spends. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway.
What about the egg problem?
The egg problem, we've talked about the egg problem. My understanding from the egg problem is that there's a bird flu epidemic among some of the egg producers, and they've had to eliminate that.
Walmart ain't got no eggs, and that's a problem.
Yeah. Is that where you get your eggs at?
Well, I know, but it just freaked me out a little bit that Walmart didn't have any eggs.
Well,
it's like the time they didn't have toilet paper.
Now, you're in a county that has probably got no telling how many chicken barns. I bet you could find some eggs if you really...
I mean, it's not like I'm desperately seeking them.
Oh, it just bothered you that Walmart...
It bothered me that they ain't got any.
It bothered you they don't have any eggs?
Yeah. He ain't worried that he can't get no eggs.
It's not that big a deal, but I mean, it is kind of a big deal.
Well, it is kind of a big deal. It is kind of a big deal, but I don't think it has anything to do with...
Well, the chickens don't stop. quit. They don't take off when there's a problem. They keep on laying.
That's right.
True.
So what are they doing with them?
Well, I don't know that. I mean, I hate to say this, but they probably destroyed those chickens.
Well, that's the thought. Yeah.
You know, and they'll have to grow new ones.
Here's your trivia question. How long does it take a chicken? How old does a chicken got to be before he starts laying eggs or she starts laying eggs?
I bet you there's somebody out there who knows.
I used to know that.
I do not.
Could a 6 month old?
I think it's about 6 or 8 months.
And they start laying eggs.
I think that's right.
So you think we'll be done in about 8 months? We'll be back to egg production will be back up.
Well, listen, Nolan Perry's got enough down in St. Joe to feed most of us.
There we go.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, I'm on the line, too.
You're on.
Okay. Save-A-Lot has got lots of eggs for less than $5 a dozen.
I'm headed there.
All right.
Now, that was yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go by and get you some before the old hens die.
What'd you say?
Thank you, hon.
Go by and get you some before the old hens die.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, are people hoarding them? How long does an egg last?
I think that's the other part of the problem.
Yeah.
Is people are panic buying, too.
How long will an egg last?
We've got some in the refrigerator that's been there for about 6 months, I think. I don't know.
Well, you know, you can pickle them and put them in that red pickle juice like you see in the bars and stuff. I'm sure that'll last a couple of years like that.
We'll pass on the pickled eggs. Any kind of eggs that are not from a chicken, I'm out.
Well,
now the eggs aren't from a pickle.
Pickled eggs are from chickens.
Yeah,
I understand. I'm talking about quail eggs and
goose
eggs.
You don't
and all that.
No. How about a duck egg? You ever tried duck?
No, I'm not going to.
Hang on just a second. Good morning. How are you?
Okay, as for the expiration date, there is an expiration date on the carton, but you don't necessarily have to go by that. If you keep them in the refrigerator at the same temperature, I have kept them up to 3 months.
Yeah.
And I'm not advising you to do that. I just don't use that many eggs.
Yeah.
But y'all are so good. Y'all make me laugh. I lay here in my recliner and laugh every day. Every day.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Miss Ann. Oh, well.
So there you go. She says you can keep them up 3 months.
Okay, that's good.
They don't last that long with us, really.
No.
You know what? I sometimes I'll just make a fried egg sandwich.
Yeah, I do that.
Man, they're good.
Have you cooked one in the microwave yet?
No.
I got a story about that.
No, the last time I tried that thing blew up all over.
Really?
That's exactly what happened to me.
No, now I've seen a boiled egg or a what do you call them to cut them in half and redo them? Deviled egg. I've seen them blow up. But you take it, you crack it, put it on a plate, and put another paper plate on top of it, and it's like a minute and a half, and it's a perfectly fried egg.
I put an egg in a microwave in a little bowl and turned it on however many minutes, and that sucker blew the door open on my microwave.
A cracked egg?
No.
A whole egg?
A whole egg.
See, that will do that.
I was not the smartest cat on the block that day.
He's talking about you have to crack.
I understand that part, but I thought you could do it. I didn't know. Maybe it's the first time. Maybe I just got a microwave. I don't know.
Well, there you go. Well, that's how I learned about the deviled egg. We just got one. We was warming up some Thanksgiving leftovers, and I left it on there, and boom!
Many years ago, when the microwaves really first came out, I got real excited, and we bought one of the fanciest ones we could afford, and it had a push button, for a baked potato or this, that, and the other. Well, I thought, I'm going to have me a baked potato. I put one in there. And it pushed the sensor button. It was supposed to cook a perfect baked potato. Well, I left it, went somewhere else in the house, whatever, and I began to smell something. I went in there, and that thing had burnt to a crisp. I'm talking about it had burnt down. It had burnt down to nothing but ashes. It had burnt that.
Oh, my goodness.
And
it's a brand new microwave.
Yeah.
I bet that's a lovely smell.
It was a mess. We called the people we got it from and said, hey, this thing, what in the world? Of course, they didn't believe that I did what I did. They were like, well, you must have did it wrong. And I'm like, well, I just put
push the potato button.
So the potato button on that thing didn't work right. But they were just, that was when they were huge, too. They were great.
Yeah, they used to be gigantic.
I've had the same microwave oven. My wife and I have been married for over 20 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I've had the same microwave. I'm about ready to upgrade. They got to be fancier than what they were 20 years ago.
Well, I bet
they're cheaper. They're cheaper too, really.
Well, yeah, they're cheaper, and probably get you one a little smaller. You got one?
No, it's not. No,
it's not.
We were on top of the game when we got the small one, and it's lasted forever.
Well, look at you.
Good deal. Well, we've already got qualifiers, and we decided even though Keith is not here, we were going to give a $25 gift certificate to Quik Mart in his behalf.
We thought about doubling this stuff since he ain't even.
Yeah, we thought about even doing it more, but we didn't. But again, whoever our winner is today, the card won't be here maybe until tomorrow or the next day or something like that. But we'll try to keep up with you and let you know. But you've got some Super Bowls coming.
That's right. Super Bowl is
this Sunday.
Super Bowl weekend.
This coming
Super weekend.
Did you hear who the Super Bowl halftime show is? I don't even know.
Taylor.
Who is that?
I don't know. It's not Taylor Swift.
It's not Taylor Swift.
No.
She's going to be there, but I think she's going to be watching. It's a.
She's going to be.
What's his name?
She's going to be helping the Chiefs coach.
Yeah.
She's.
Well, if you've noticed, since she's been on the scene, they've won every year.
You think that's what it is?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm with the conspiracy theorist on this one. I mean, they're going to win. Yeah.
Since Taylor's been showing up, they've been winning ball games.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. The Taylor effect.
Yeah.
You think she's the one paying off the refs? And
I don't know. Somebody is.
From watching some of the plays, it sure looks like they are. Anyway, I don't need to comment too much on that.
You get Taylor Swift fans to be mad at you?
I hardly ever run across a Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, really?
No, you a Taylor Swift fan?
Oh, man, yeah.
Oh, I couldn't name one of her songs.
Me neither.
Yeah, I can't either.
What's the one she sings with the gold in there? Go, nah.
What?
I don't know. I've just seen the meme on it. She's sitting there singing, and the goat pops on there and starts screaming and stuff.
Kendrick Lamar. I just Googled that.
Kendrick
I didn't know
Lamar.
That. Whatever she is or he is.
That's a he.
I think it's a he.
Yeah, and I hope it's good. I don't have a problem.
Because there was rumors that Taylor was going to go on there with him, but they squashed that and said, no, she ain't got time.
But I don't remember ever watching the Super Bowl for the halftime show.
Neither have I.
Really?
I don't care who it's been. I'm watching the Super Bowl for the ball game.
Mm-hmm. Well, you remember the one time that they always hype up the Super Bowl show, the halftime show, and In Living Color actually beat them in the ratings one year for the halftime show. So after that, they went big. They go to big names every time after that. Like the next year was Michael Jackson, and his halftime show got more views than the actual game did. So
well, I mean, I could understand that because you got a tremendous amount of Michael Jackson fans that don't care nothing about football.
How do they know what TV show you're watching?
Well, they're watching you. You got that phone over there.
They know what we're talking about at the moment.
Yeah. Every time we say Super Bowl, it may be being bleeped. I don't know, because they're big on that. They don't want you using Super Bowl. You use Super Weekend, Super Game, or whatever. Super Bowl is trademarked.
This is Super Radio.
Super Radio.
That's what this is.
Super John.
Anyway. Super Salesman.
Well, let's do at least a couple of trivia questions before we run out of time.
Who else playing? Daniel, you playing?
Daniel, you go play.
He's asleep. He fell asleep.
Our qualifiers. We'll go through them again in a minute, but let's do some.
We got 7 qualifiers.
Let's do some.
6-sided dice.
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
I don't know.
Dennis Tipper ain't going to win.
He's trying, though.
He was trying.
He's hanging there like a hair in a biscuit.
Get us a question. Let's see if we can.
All right, y'all ready? Where was the first Super Bowl held?
Ooh.
What city?
What city?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say New York.
I'm going to say Los Angeles.
You're absolutely right. Los Angeles.
Was it Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm. I guess I better keep.
That's about it. I was about as wrong as you could get.
He's on the other side of
it. First wild card team to win a Super Bowl.
First wild card team.
They had to win their way in wild card. Well, they all have to win their way in, don't
they? First wild card team. I don't know. I'm just going to guess Seahawks.
I'm going to say the Rams.
It was the Raiders.
Man, I almost said Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the Raiders.
I'd look smart if I'd got 2 of them in a row.
Yeah, you would have really looked smart. Yeah.
Should have Googled it. Which teams have the most Super Bowl wins? There's 2 of them.
Most Super Bowl wins. Well, I'm going to say New England Patriots is one of them.
That is one of them.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
And I'll say Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep, that's the other one.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep. That was the Terry Bradshaw and all them.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
That's when football was football.
That's right.
Right.
The man's game right there. Well, none of this just went up there and touched the quarterback.
Did y'all ever watch those? You remember the old NFL films where they had the voice?
Yeah.
And the Doomsday Defense. The Dallas Doomsday Defense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that was good
stuff. That dude
stuff.
had a good voice.
Yeah, he did. I loved listening to
that. What current teams have never made it to the Super Bowl?
Have never made it to the Super Bowl? Well, there's probably several of those.
And it got kind of cut off, so there may be more than 2. I got 2.
The Titans hadn't made it.
Yeah, they did.
They did one time.
They made it. They didn't win it. They didn't win.
No, they didn't win. They did get to go.
They did get to go.
I remember that well.
Man, that was close. That was a good ball game.
Oh, it was. Yeah, the last second play.
They almost made it.
Inches.
Just inches.
Inches from victory.
They need to make that happen again.
Yeah, they're a long way from it. It sounds like. Well, I don't know who has never been.
Jaguars and the Texans is what I have. And there may be one more. Like I said, my printer cut some of it off.
Texans are not very old, are they?
No, because they're out of Houston. That's where the Titans come out.
When Houston Oilers left and came to Tennessee, they were the Houston Oilers, and they were trying to figure out what to name the team.
Yeah.
So they were the Houston Oilers, and I thought about, my wife did actually. She said, well, they ought to call them the Tennessee Greasers.
There you go. At first, before they had a name, they were the Tennessee Oilers there for a while.
The Tennessee Oilers didn't sound right.
No,
it didn't sound right.
And the Tennessee Titans took a while to get used to.
Yeah.
All right, I have starting QBs. I have 2 of them to win Super Bowl with 2 different teams. 2 QBs to win 2.
One of them's Brady.
Yeah.
One of them is Brady. And Favre.
No, Favre didn't win with his second team. Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I should have known that.
He won with the Colts and won with the Broncos.
I should have known that. Should have known that.
Well, here's one. How much does a Vince Lombardi trophy weigh?
How much does the Vince Lombardi trophy weigh?
28 pounds.
You're close.
I thought it was a good
guess.
No,
he ain't close. 7 pounds.
7 pounds.
7 pounds.
I missed it by 21 pounds.
Just that much.
Missed it by that much.
Here's a good one. Which Dallas Cowboy had his helmet stolen at the 94 Super Bowl?
94.
94.
At the 94 Super Bowl.
Who?
It was a Dallas Cowboy.
How could you steal a helmet?
I think he put it down and somebody snatched it.
Somebody snatched his helmet. Mean Joe Green. No, Ed Too Tall Jones.
No, 94, not 74.
Yeah, I know. I'm old.
Back when Dallas was very dominant and stuff.
What's his name?
That's what I'm asking.
Joe? No.
Montana.
No. With the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s.
94.
Who was the quarterback? Aikman.
No, he wasn't the quarterback. I'll tell you that much. He wasn't the quarterback. He was one what ran with the ball.
The one what?
He was
Tony Dorsett.
There you go. At 94 now.
I don't know.
Emmitt Smith.
Well, it's the same here. Tony Dorsett there.
That's what I said, Emmitt Smith.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
what I said.
Well, that got cut. That'd been good. And how many rings?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm
a whole lot more bald than I thought I was.
You're looking at your.
Quit looking.
I'm looking at.
Hey, here's a good one. Which star had a wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl?
Janet Jackson.
Yep.
Why would I know that? I don't know.
You one of them perverts, ain't you? You remember who caused it?
I apologize to all my church.
I apologize.
I contend that was not an accident, but go ahead.
Do you remember who caused it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who?
Justin.
Yep. You're right, man. You know all about this. How many times you rewind that clip? How much is it? What we done discussed that? How much does a 30-second Super Bowl ad cost?
$8 million.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of millions.
A bunch.
I just don't see how you can recoup $8 million in profit.
I don't either.
The last time I bought one.
Yeah. Hey, how much did a ticket to the first Super Bowl cost?
Ooh.
$38.
I have no idea. $45.
$12.
What year was the first?
Oh, my God.
It was 1967. So $12 is a pretty good amount.
That's like $1 million now. That's like a carton of eggs now.
Here's one of them, a little more current. Tom Brady's final Super Bowl touchdown pass was caught by who?
Tom Brady's last
Super Bowl
caught
touchdown pass was caught by who?
Tony Dorsett.
Close.
Gosh. I don't know. It's not going to be a name I remember probably.
Antonio Brown.
No,
he's pretty famous. I mean, of course,
he went
off the deep end.
Yeah.
I don't know the players' names like I used to.
They always at the end of the Super Bowl say, "What are you going to do next? I'm going to go to Disneyland, or go to Disney." How much do you think they make for saying that?
They did pay him for that.
They pay him for saying that.
They're paying for I'm going to Disney. Yeah, I remember that. I forgot about it. $1 million.
Close, 75,000. I'd say that for 75,000.
75,000.
Yeah, I'd say that for 75,000.
I'm going to Opryland.
Man, yeah.
I'm going to David Crockett State Park.
Peach.
What two cities have hosted the most Super Bowl games?
Two cities.
Yeah,
it'll be New Orleans or Atlanta.
Really?
No, Miami.
Miami.
Warmer
I
climates.
thought New Orleans would have been the answer.
Yeah, New Orleans has done it.
New Orleans one of them, right?
Of course, they have the dome. So.
Yep, and they're going to be there this time, aren't they?
Yep.
Oh, here's a good one. John will know this one. How much do Americans spend on beer for Super Bowl Sunday?
I ain't got a clue.
About $12.
American
total. Now, not
your
just
house, like a household.
No, like a total of Americans.
Good.
How much do Americans spend?
I know I don't contribute.
Well, I don't either, but I'm going to guess about 800 million.
You say million?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1.2 billion.
1.3 billion.
1.3 billion.
I think you might have cheated a little bit.
I did not cheat.
Oh, you're just being a smart aleck, huh?
Pretty close, wasn't it?
Well, you still close. Yeah.
What was the answer?
1.3 billion, like he said.
I said 1.2.
Oh, he said 1.2.
If we'd been on the Price is Right, I'd have won the car.
You sure would have.
You wouldn't win over, would you?
He was within $1 million.
Oh, here you go. You said, what was his name? Lamar Jackson? Randy Jackson? Who's playing the Super Bowl, the halftime show?
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. I was close. How much do you think he's going to get paid for doing that?
Nothing.
That's right. Can you believe that?
I think I remember hearing that somewhere.
Get paid zero.
He's not going to get paid anything.
They don't get paid
Is that
anything.
typical? I mean, is that usually?
Apparently, that's what every year they don't pay him anything for that.
It's just supposed to be the privilege of getting to do it, evidently.
Yeah,
I'd do it.
Would you? What would you do?
I'd sing something.
Play that new guitar you got?
It's not new. It's in 1963.
What's new to you?
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, listen, we're down to almost 2 minutes.
Well, we got to still draw and stuff.
All right, we got to draw. We got to roll a winner.
Which one of y'all?
I think John got most of them.
Yeah,
right.
I think he got more.
I think he got most of them right. And of course, read off our qualifiers for the $25 gift certificate.
And our number one qualifier was Gene Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was Randy Weeks.
Yep.
3 was Sue Lopp.
Yep.
4 is Vicki Garner. 5 is Lenny Hall. 6 is Linda Purcell.
Yep.
And number 7 was Dennis Tipper.
All right. And poor old Dennis, I don't know. I hate to tell him, but he ain't going to make it.
We got to get some of that Keith Durham.
Because you got to have 7. There's no way Dennis can win.
That's what I'm thinking.
Where's the other dice?
It's right here.
Oh.
We just rolling one dice.
Oh, okay. Dennis, you ain't going to win, son.
I guess we
just shoot all his hopes and dreams down.
We could roll 2 dice and take 11 qualifiers.
12. You do 12.
No.
I got to go to work.
But number 1 couldn't.
No, you got to roll dice.
You got to roll dice.
Yeah.
You couldn't do 1 because you can't roll a 1
Oh,
with
that's
2
right.
dice.
Yeah, because you got a 0, do you? So.
Yeah.
It'll be 2
What number did you get?
Number 2.
Randy Weeks.
Randy Weeks.
Oh, my goodness. Randy. He's been lucky a time or two. Randy Wicks is our winner.
Well, no, he'll use it because he was going to get a biscuit when he called in.
And listen, Randy, that card probably won't be here for a day or two, but you keep up with us, and we'll let Keith Durham know to get you a $25 gift card, compliments of Quik Mart convenience stores. John, you got to go, buddy?
Somebody come buy a car for me today.
Well, I want to know about the guitar. I'll talk to you later.
I ain't got to go right now.
What do you mean?
You're talking about a guitar. He might hang around for that.
You got to go.
You want to know about the video and the?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Hey, brother, I'm up here at Shell getting biscuits from me and my puppies right now.
Attaboy.
Hey, tell them I appreciate them very much, all of y'all.
Thank you, man. See you, buddy.
Do.
Thank you, man. Good deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that just about wraps up this fun-filled hour of all of the entertainment allowed by law. Yes, with talent on loan from God and ad-libbing every moment.
All day long.
All day long. That's right. That's right. We got to get up and get out of here and go do our real jobs. And go buy some cars, go get some gas and some snacks.
Get a biscuit.
And then come see me and buy a house.
There you go.
We'll see you next time.
See you.
WDXE, W287AA, and W237FD Lawrenceburg. Broadcast services of Prospect Communications.
An announcement at the National Prayer Breakfast. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I will be creating a brand new presidential commission on religious liberty. It's going to be a very big deal, which will work tirelessly to uphold this most fundamental right.
President Trump also just said he'll sign an executive order today to set up a task